Hi everyone. So today this video is core balance. We'll start on the floor for the first portion of the video, and then for the second half of the video, we'll stand up and do some different balance exercises. So let's get right into it. All you need is yourself and a yoga mat if you have one. We're going to start on your backs. First, we're going to warm up with that breathing for your core, just kind of waking up your core, feel it engage. So I want you guys to put your hands on the outsides of your ribs, get your feet planted down on your mat, knees bent, and let's start breathing. We're first going to start with a big inhale. Feel your rib cage open out to the sides. Inhale, and big exhale. Feel your rib cage close. When we exhale, let's start engaging the core, pushing the low back down, tucking the pelvis, and pulling that belly button down. Inhale, everything opens. Exhale, squeeze, pull it in. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. Deep breaths, keep it up. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. Couple more. Big exhale. Inhale. One more all together. Big inhale. And big exhale. Now let's hold that position. Pelvis tucked, back flat, belly button pulled down. Keep your core tight. Let's try to breathe normally while keeping your core engaged. Take some normal breaths, inhales and exhales, while keeping this tight. Now, let's move your arms by your sides. We're going to start slow with some marches. So keeping your core engaged, back flat. Let's start marching up and down. We're moving right from that hip. And we're exhaling as you pull that knee up to march. We got to just focus on keeping our core engaged. It's a constant thing that we have to think about, because when we stop thinking about keeping this tight, we let it loose, and this doesn't really do much if you're not holding this all in. Keep it up. Ten more all together. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Nice job. Relax your core. And then bring the knees side to side into your toe tap. So let's bring the legs up into your tabletop position. Here, get your pelvis tucked, my low back's flat, knees right above the hips, squeeze, and let's start toe tapping. Down and up, down and up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So with these toe taps, keeping those knees at your 90 degrees, how we're tapping down to that mat is moving right from our hips, keeping all this pulled in. Sometimes it helps if you put your hands on your stomach so you can feel your core being engaged. That'll help get that mind-muscle connection. Keep it up, guys. Ten, 9, squeeze, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and relax. Knees into your chest, rock it side to side. let's move on. We're gonna start in tabletop position with the legs. So get those legs back up here. Get your low back flat, pelvis touch, squeeze. Now from here, we're gonna work with one leg at a time, alternating sides. So we're in tabletop. Let's extend one leg all the way out. Pull that knee back in and switch. Out, back in, out, and in. At your own pace, out and in. Try to, when you extend that leg, try to keep it close to your mat. Try not to extend this way. We're reaching down with that leg, using your core to pull that leg in. Out, in, out, in. Keep pushing your low back down. This one's a little more difficult than the toe taps. A little more difficult to keep that pelvis tucked, pulling this in. Keep it up. Movement. I know sometimes when we're working our core, it's hard to breathe. Deep breaths. 10, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Relax. Knees to chest. Rock it side to side. Now, let's plant your feet down on your mat. We're going to go into some bridges. Arms by your sides. Get your feet planted down on your mat, hip width apart. Tuck that pelvis, squeeze, and let's start bridging. Hips up, squeeze those glutes back down. Up and down. Exhale up, inhale down. We want to constantly be pulling in your stomach. Squeeze. And we're breathing. Those hips up as high as you can, all the way up onto those shoulders. Squeezing the glutes every time you lift. When we're not squeezing and thinking about contracting the right muscles, the exercise doesn't do us any good. So we have to think we're using your mind-muscle connection, squeezing the glutes, pulling the core in. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice, guys. Knees to chest, small rest. Rock it out side to side. So next exercise, we're going to do a bridge, but we're going to add in another movement along with it. So we're going to start in bridge position. Get your core tight. Let's bridge the hips up, squeeze the glutes. Now from here, we're going to take one leg up to march, back down, and then drop the hips. And then switching legs. So bridge up, march the other leg up, back down, then drop the hips. So my hips are staying up as I march. Up, lift, then place the hips down. Up, march, back and down. Lift, march, down. Keep it up, guys. Get that core tight. We're breathing. Up. This is 4. Bridge it up. 3. Up. 2. Last one. Nice job. Drop the hips. Woo. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock it out side to side. All right, we got one more exercise on your backs. It's going to be 2 movements again. So we're going to start with your right leg flat on your mat. Make sure your left leg is bent in, foot planted on the mat, because we are going to do a single leg bridge in this variation. So with this flat on the mat. We're gonna leg lift up, then we're gonna bridge the hips up and down. Then we drop the leg down, up, hips up and down. Leg lift, then bridge. Leg, bridge. Keep that core tight. Up, down, up. Leg, 5, up, 4, 3, last one, up. Very nice. Rest, knees to chest. We gotta do the other side now. So let's get in my correct starting position. Left leg flat on your mat, right leg bent in, foot planted down. Last set, I put my hands on my stomach because I like to feel my core being engaged. So if you want to do that or arms by your sides, either way works. All right, let's start on this side. Leg lift up, hips up and down. Leg, hips, legs, bridge. Keep it up, up, down, then hips. I'm going to put my hands on my stomach now. Feel your core squeezing, pulling your belly button in and down. We're breathing. Let's do 5 more all together. 5, up, 4, up, 3, up, squeeze 2, last one, 1, and up. Nice job, relax. Bring those knees into your chest. Deep breaths, rock it side to side. Let's flip it over to your hands and knees. Fix this mat. All right, so we're gonna be on your hands and knees next. We have 2 more exercises and then we'll take it up to stand. So first, we're just gonna work with your legs. Let's get in tabletop position, facing down. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Tuck that pelvis. My back is in neutral spine. So between here and here, right down the middle, core tight. We're gonna work with your right leg. We're gonna do some leg crunches. So let's bring your right leg back. We're pulling your knee in and extending it out. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. When you pull that knee in, think you're pulling your stomach in at the same time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Rest. You can rest in child's pose. Sit back on those heels. Reach your arms forward. Deep breaths. Back up. We have to do the left leg now. Get yourself set, pelvis tucked, left leg back. Let's start crunching. Pull it in, exhale, inhale. In and out. Squeeze that core. Squeeze. We're breathing. 4, out. 3, squeeze 2, and 1. Very nice. Rest it in your child's pose. One more. We're going to do a static balance. We're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg, balancing, holding. Let's get in your tabletop position, facing down. Get your wrists, knees stacked right underneath. Get your core tight. So we're first going to balance right leg back, left arm forward. Hold. All you have to do is place your hand down, but if you can, try to lift that left arm out. Try to square your hips down. Lift up through that right shoulder. We're breathing, holding. Up. 10. 2 and 1. Rest it in your child's pose. Very nice. Now let's take it back up, other side, last balance. Get yourself set, neutral spine. Let's get left leg back, right arm forward, and hold. My hips are squared down, I'm pulling my stomach up. I'm looking straight down. Try not to tuck your chin or lift your head up. Look straight down. Everything in a nice straight line. Breathing, squeeze. More seconds. Keep it up, guys. Hold, hold, hold. Relax. Nice job. Rest it in your child's pose. Reach your arms forward. Very nice. Alrighty, guys. So now this concludes the floor portion of this video. So next, we're going to go ahead and stand it up for the rest of our balance exercises. Alrighty, guys. So now we're standing. If you want to grab or stand by a chair or an island or something just to support yourself, so when we're balancing, you're not super, super wobbly, or you can hop by a wall. Either way works, just something to help support you. So let's start warming up those ankles. Let's bring those heels up and then toes. Heels, toes. And if we're by a wall or chair holding on something, we're holding just with one arm, up, back, rocking heels up, toes up, and back. Now let's just lift the heels up. So we're just going to do a calf raise. So just the heels, lift up and down, up, down. All that core work on the floor. So we can't just forget about it. We got to squeeze, engage here. Tuck that pelvis, pull it in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Shake the legs out. All right. So now we're going to balance on your toes. So let's get your feet hip width apart. We're going to balance about 20, 30 seconds. Lift those heels up. Hold. So when we're balancing on the toes, I like to think push the balls of the feet down, lift up with the rest of the body. It also helps to pick something out in the room, stare at it, focus on it. Hold, hold, hold. Three. Heels down, shake out the legs. Very nice. All right, now we're going to do your toe to heel balance. Heel touching my toe. So with this toe to heel balance, you want your weight right down the middle. So I'm not too far forward, I'm not too far back. Try to keep it right down the middle, pelvis tucked, and we're holding. Here, I'm barefoot, but if it is easier if you wear shoes, but it's good to practice both ways. And I also like to say practicing with what you wear most at home. So I'm always barefoot at home, I'm barefoot. If you normally wear shoes at home, it's good to practice with shoes, but it's also good to practice without. I think it's a lot harder barefoot. Let's switch sides. Left leg or left foot in front of your right, heel to toe. Get that pelvis tucked, chest up, shoulders back, and we're holding. Weight right down the middle. You can kind of play with your weight, shifting forward and back. Try to get it right down the middle. Of course, your core is tight. Try to pull that in. Your core is what's centering yourself here. Okay, now we're going to switch again. Right foot in front of left, but now today we are going to practice closing the eyes. So let's get your feet in position. Keep your eyes open first. Get your balance set, center yourself. And then once you feel comfortable, try closing your eyes. It's crazy to see how much harder balancing is with your eyes closed. So this helps our proprioception, because with our eyes closed, your brain isn't getting all those messages from your eyes to balance, so that kind of throws us off. So it's good to practice with your eyes closed so you can kind of feel your muscles working, squeeze your core, and make it harder on you guys. Sides, let's switch sides. Let's see how the other leg is. Left foot in front of right. Get your core engaged. And go ahead and close the eyes when you feel ready. That's why I also said, whoop, I'm falling over, to hop by a wall or a chair or something where you can kind of use your fingertips or your hand to help you. I cannot balance on this side today. Squeeze. Those eyes. Nice job. So now we're going to practice balancing on one foot, but for this video I want to play with the leg that's lifted and kind of change positions of it. So first, pick whatever leg you want to start with. I'm going to start balancing on my right leg, and make sure for this round we're lifting up your opposite leg, but keep it in front of your body here. Chest up. We're keeping the eyes open too for this one. I have my standing leg. My knee is slightly bent. I'm not locking out my knee. Knee slightly bent is going to help ground you too. Let's do the other side now. Shake it out. Other leg up. Keep your lifted leg in front of your body. And we're holding. Focus. Lifting up, hold. Standing leg soft. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, so we're going to switch legs again. Now we're going to change position of the lifted leg. So switch sides. Now, we're going to take your leg behind your body. So we had it up here first. Take it behind and hold. A little bit easier, but totally personal preference. It's just how I'm able to shift my body. You might find leg in front is easier. Varies from person to person. That's why it's important to practice different poses when we're balancing. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch sides. Other leg, bring that leg behind, Get your core tight. Pick something out in your room, focus on it. We're breathing. Standing leg is soft. Four, three, two, and one. Very nice. All right. We're going to do one more balance exercise today on one foot. So let's switch legs one more time. So now you guys can kind of play with the position of your leg, whatever one was easier for you. And we're going to balance with the eyes closed. So make sure you're by something so you can touch it if you need, if you start feeling wobbly. So I'm going to keep my leg behind, but if you want to go up front, go up front. And get your balance first with your eyes open and close those eyes. Encouraged if you feel really, really wobbly. Eyes closed is really hard to do. Just use that wall whenever you need it. Reset yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Eyes open. Shake it out. Let's do the other side. Lift that leg up. Get your core tight. And close the eyes. Core comes in with your eyes closed. You have to think extra hard, squeeze, pull it in. We don't have your eyes to help you. Wobbly. It's not the easiest thing to do. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open those eyes. Shake out those legs. Let's do a little calf stretch. So if you're by a wall, a chair, doesn't matter what it is, hold on to something. One leg forward, one leg back. Front leg should be bent. Push that back heel down. And take it up. Nice job, guys. Thank you so much for following along with me with this core balance video. Great job.